Who got the first speeding ticket in history? How fast was he going that the police had to chase him? Learn the story of a certain Briton and find out how much his mandate would be worth today. On January 28, 1896, in the small English town of Paddock Wood, something happened that changed the history of road law and order forever. Walter Arnold, a local technology enthusiast, became the first person in history to receive a speeding ticket. What is most interesting, however, is that the whole story is a mixture of bravado, sense of humor, and an exceptionally slow escape. Walter Arnold was the proud owner of one of the first gasoline-powered cars. At a time when most people considered a horse and carriage to be the height of automotive elegance, Walter had completely different dreams. He got out of the carriage, got into a Benz, and hit the road. The problem was that the regulations at that time, under the so-called Locomotive Act of 1865, were more suited to steam locomotives than modern cars. They stipulated that motor vehicles could travel at a maximum speed of 2 miles per hour in built-up areas. Moreover, each such vehicle had to be preceded by a man carrying a red flag warning of the approaching threat. Walter broke all the rules. He drove through Paddock Wood at breakneck speed, 8 miles per hour. Today, that pace might make pedestrians look at him with pity, but at the time, it was like,
"This is madness!"
Walter's bravado was noticed by a local policeman who, armed with a sense of duty and a bicycle, started chasing the crazy driver. Imagine this epic scene. Arnold in his metal vehicle, smoking and making noise like an overheated lawnmower, and a brave officer on a two-wheeler, pedaling as hard as he can. 5 miles into this hard-fought race, a policeman caught up with Walter and stopped his spectacular rally.
As a matter of fact, get out of the car.
What happened next? Of course, the punishment had to be exemplary. Walter Arnold was fined 1 shilling plus court costs of a further 2 shillings and 9 pence, a total of 3 shillings and 9 pence, which is roughly equivalent to £200 in today's money. The whole situation, although it sounds absurd from today's perspective, was a milestone in the history of the automotive industry. This event made people realize that cars are becoming part of the landscape and regulations need to keep up with technological progress. Just a few years later, the speed limit in the UK was raised to 12 miles per hour, which at the time seemed downright blistering. Walter not only made history as the first person to be fined for speeding, but also contributed to the development of the automotive industry. His disregard for the regulations forced the authorities to rethink the rules governing road traffic. Although his speeding was downright comical, it started something that changed the world forever.